race here. Yes.
He was MVP.
Yes, he's the MVP. Yes, and the chat decided it. So, thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. Bye. Enjoy the winning. Yes. So, guys, you can purchase the shirt on Bazaar. Imagine you go to your friend and say, I bought the shirt from Kings League from Dedo. So, get it up, get it ready. See you later.
On that, of course. There. So we are all set here for Porcinos, the holders, the defending champions. Will see whether they can get off with a win, or whether, like we've seen in the past, many teams that maybe, when they've only mentioned France in 2002, the World Cup.
2002.
Losing,
with the goal.
Yeah, losing that game. I remember in 2010 they were defending champions, but they went out of the group stage. So, you know, it's not always the case that they got, you know, in this case only a year later, but 4 years later, so many things can
Oh, yeah, it's a year later, as we said, changes to the team, changes to the lineup. You're up against a team that has got quite a few players that play the Kings League in Spain who are here on loan, so you're not playing against any old wild card, you're playing against somebody that's got players that can get the better of you, that can defeat you, so it's not the easiest first game for a defending champion.
Again, signal me reminding, but again, you never know, someone could be just tuning in for the first time. They draw up those Fortnite secret cards, which can, of course, only come into play in the second period. The countdown continues, Bruno. We're going out with a bang. We are going out the last game with a bang. The curtain comes down on round one, or day one, should I say, with an absolute cracker. The lights are out, and we're on, and we are back underway. Now, so it's Porcinos immediately in possession here. And Vidal seeing that effort.
Ooh, he just
kept away.
He didn't have the, maybe the belief in his own speed. I thought he was to run away there, but could have sprinted down the other end of the pitch.
Now, oh, that was lucky there as it came off. Marc Briones, the keeper for Miami 7.
Do you reckon you're going to say Miami Vice at some stage?
I'm going to say Miami, but that's what I'm really worried about. I'm really concerned. As Briones, I think, was concerned, but again, I'm just like a little belief there from
Ruiz. Yeah, he doesn't want to get down the other end, does he?
Just a little bit lack of belief there from from Vidal. But interesting, just staying in his penalty area. I thought he might try and join in with the attack. Anyway, now, Porcinos, what can he do here? Offload.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes, there we have it.
Wonderful.
Aitor Vives for Miami 7. It's not Porcinos taking the lead there. It's just a minor error. Don't be confused at home. It is Miami 7 who have broken the deadlock here. A minute gone. Listen, normally we've actually had goals inside the first minute. It took just beyond that first minute to get that goal. There's plenty of, is that a Porcinos jersey there just to my right? No, it's not. That's a Kunisports jersey.
Yeah.
Kunisports, a lovely jersey as well. Being donned here by the Kunisports tifosi. Is it a check here? Let's listen in.
No, he's feeling the effects of that shot earlier.
No hay doctor, no hay doctor.
Cannoned off the goalkeeper.
Right.
Yeah. Of course, now we take head injuries very seriously, so they're just going to make sure that he's okay.
No tenemos doctor.
Both players are on loan from Slayans there. Involved in the goal, Porcinos and Aitor Vives. So they know each other very well from playing regularly. Kings League Spain, with a different shirt on today.
The clock has been stopped, and the clock normally they don't like to keep it going, keep the clock. But when you have an injury like this, quite right,
yeah, maybe something that happens as well. When you play on this Astro surf, you know, there's those little black rubber balls. They can get in your right. Well, I'll tell you what they get. They get in your socks, they get in your pants, the boots. You go home and you take off your shorts and then you leave unload about a kilogram of those in the shower, and in your bed and everywhere. They're an absolute pain.
Yeah. And you find them
everywhere,
even weeks later.
Everywhere.
5 aside, 7 aside. I played Astro weeks ago, and I'm still finding them there. But yeah, this is one that's breaking, but just making sure and checking up, of course, on Porcinos. It just brought that assist as well a few minutes ago for Aitor Vives. His goal splitting the teams after a minute, and that's why there's a little bit of concern here. Obviously, we hope it's all okay.
Especially because it's his eye as well. He's probably thinking, look, I don't want to be visually impaired because I'm in goal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't want to be diving the wrong way.
Yo te lo recupero, calma.
Listen, he's here. I don't think it was this one. It was actually that caused the issue. But listen, that's when he wanted just to take that break in play. So we are back underway. It's could also be called into action very shortly. Now we have Bacchus off his line. Oh, he could be called out. Oh, that was risky. That was risky.
So this is an interesting one, Bacchus, isn't it? Because his name means cows and he's playing for the pigs. So
oh, nice. Farmy animals.
A bit of a farm vibe here.
Old Porcinos had a farmy IIO. Listen, I expected a little bit more, I don't know, fire.
Early on,
yeah, I must admit, a little bit more fire.
It's gone a bit flat.
It has a little bit.
They need to get everyone involved a little bit more, you know, from the stands and offer. Look, the game that we've come from was, for me, the game of the day, so it's pretty difficult to live up to that. Oh, he's gone down awkwardly there. What's happened there?
We're playing on, though. We're playing on. They're steaming forwards here. They've got options left, right, and centre. They go left here. Danger not over here for Miami 7. Porcinos just trying to work themselves into that shooting position. And we're going to have DJ Mara still involved in somewhere or another, you know, because he's going to be rolling the dice at the halfway stage. Of course, it's still a long way to go, of course. You were mentioning about the loanees as well. Aitor Vives, Mark Briones, all players on loan from Science, the rivals in the Kings League. And Ibai, I don't think was too happy about having them.
No, of course.
In Miami 7, but it's all part of you know, the fun and games. It's one of those features for the Kings World Cup clubs here. Now our first day is coming to a close. We're winding down here with Porcinos, the defending champions, looking to to make a statement.
Oh, good ball.
Fabulous ball. This should be number 2.
Just wide, he fluffed the shot. That pass from the keeper. Manabriones, beautiful ball.
Well, he was involved, wasn't it? That first goal, setting up and very nearly trying to get involved again. And the good thing, positive of Miami, obviously got a lot of the Hispanic community, a lot of players also from Mexico. So you got a nice real blend, I think. So Miami, as they go looking for that second goal, I can't looking across there many sort of American sort of natives as such. I mean,
well, some are American despite the names.
Yeah,
David Ortiz.
In that sense,
Juan Ramirez,
but obviously
well.
with ancestry from,
of course,
from the likes.
I mean, Miami and those sort of things. But then recently I went to Lithuania and Latvia, so I like to see those kind of places as well. Into Uzbekistan, for example. So it's not just your typical traditional ports of calling like Miami and all that.
Well, as you're saying, we discussed a bit off there about travelling that broadens the horizons, allows you to take on the different cultures. Well, this has been, we're coming to an end of day 1, but day 2 we'll go back. We'll go to from day 2 onwards 4 fixtures per day. It's been a real bumper really to get the ball rolling in every sense of the words. So it's played just through the middle, looking to bypass the midfield there.
Definitely dreaming of dinner, I'll say that much.
Oh, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. In fact, we've just been brought a little bit of
what's on the menu?
Food. I can't quite see, but we've been given
we'll have a look afterwards.
We'll have a look after. Stay focused on the action as these players are trying to stay focused. And Porcinos are trying to.
Oh, they're trailing.
Yeah, they're trailing.
Champions. And again, look, I said, I felt like a couple of those players missing was really going to sort of hamper their chances, and they just don't have that quality without them. Although Nadir, you see Nadir on the pitch. Yeah, there he is. He's on the pitch now. Nadir is definitely one of those players who is top quality. Here, oh, there he is. He let that one run, and it was drilled wide.
No, I'm a massive fan of Nadir.
Of course, you must have seen him at the Nations.
Absolutely, the Kings World Cup nation. Obviously, playing his football domestically in Spain, but obviously opting to represent.
Of course, the country of his parents. And, oh, that's an awkward clearance.
Yeah, it's disappointing. But they've got away with it, Miami.
Nico Santos didn't make the most of it.
They've got away with it. Miami 7, I'm loving that crest as well. Both club crests, both the Porcinos one and the...
I like the team colours of both as well. I like, I'm a big fan of pink, and I'm a big fan of light sky blue kind of shirts.
Yeah, so sort of Lazio-esque for any Serie A
fans, I like
Coventry
them.
City for any...
Uruguay, those kinds of kits.
Yeah, whereas the pink, well...
You don't get many pinks,
you get a lot of sort of second pink jerseys.
exactly.
Juventus, for example, as the shot goes in there, and it's in the end... comfortably saved, I'd say, there by Gerard Vacas. Let's go back to what about, Vacas sounds a really, rhyme with,
cows.
Cow. Yeah, cows, plural.
Exactly. And it's all long distance, tame efforts. I don't know, you can't see. Look, we've just seen Fouria play, and these are the defending champions, and, well, you don't sense, like right now, from what we're seeing, they're on the same page as Fouria. Although, of course, look, sometimes on day 1 of tournaments, some teams look incredible, some teams don't look great, and then they sort of play their way into tournaments, or the teams that look amazing sort of fizzle out. So you can't sort of go to absolutes after just one performance. But
no, absolutely not. But
I think it's going to be difficult for them to defend that.
Yeah, but it has been a little bit underwhelming. Let's put it that way for now. But
penalty? No.
No.
Free kick on the edge of the box.
Thought it could be that. I think they need somebody.
No, pero allá juegan el balón, aquí van sobre el jugador. No, aquí juegan el balón primero y después hay un contacto normal. No, porque haces el pase primero. Haz el pase. Haz el pase. Ahí, ponlo, ok. Yo indico. Vamos para atrás, va a jugar hasta que yo indique. Vamos para atrás, señores. Yo indico.
¿Sabes qué pasa?
Vente para acá. No, sí lo arrollan los dos. Lo arrollan entre los dos. Por eso nada más da pura falta.
Well, it's fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's really, really interesting to hear the referees talking to the players. It's also been good to see the referees today, how calm all of them have been and how they've diffused these situations.
They've been brilliant.
Well, chance here then. No. Got to get those on target. No work for Marcabriones. The long ball over the top, looking for Josu.
That's been awarded, or has it been awarded? It has, just on the edge of the area.
Es la misma que él. Es la misma que él. Hay una distancia muy larga. Es la misma. Es aquí.
He's saying it's similar to the foul that he just gave a couple of minutes or a couple of moments ago down the other end. That was Josu going down. You know the name Josu?
Esta es la misma que de allá.
No, I'm
well, it's
Ahí
Basque.
baja el balón.
Yes.
Baja el balón.
Spanish, it's
Baja el
Basque.
balón. Ok, yo
For
indico.
Jesus.
Baja por
Jesus.
hasta que yo indique.
Yo no sé nada de nada, unfortunately.
No, well,
yeah, but I'm not.
I mean,
But
why would you know?
no, but it's
a
good.
Basque name.
No, it's good to know. Another little nugget of knowledge. I love a little chicca, as the Italians would say, a little nugget of information, a little tidbit. It's another little expression. So, chance to double their advantage from a dead ball situation here.
Hey, what a goal!
When he is done.
What a goal! Juan Gallego. We got another good view of that one, didn't we?
Oh, it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Look at that. He got a glove to it, you know. He got a glove to it.
Did he set up the wall properly, though? Because there was a bit of an angle there. There was some space to curl it around. I think he was anticipating it because he was towards the middle of the goal, but...
I think it's could be a little bit harsh on the keep. I mean,
I've been very harsh on keepers today, haven't I?
Just a little bit, but luckily, again, they're not clued in terms of they're not listening. They're not.
No, but I don't know. I felt like there was quite a bit of space there for him to.
Yeah.
Generally, when you take the free kick, you shouldn't have the space to curl it around the wall. But look, that's two former Science players scoring the goals for Miami 7.
Yeah, no.
Juan Gallego and Aitor Vives.
Oh. See much of Nadir. Again, they're just still trying to get him involved, get on the ball. Have some opportunities. There's a Miami 7 flag being waved. Actually, 2 Miami 7 flags being waved just to our right. The other end is at Porcinos flag.
Yep.
Yeah, so that opposite ends of the arena, the Cupra, and then which will be the venue right the way through to the 13th and the final at the Defense Arena, which is a state-of-the-art stadium with the roof as well, but the roof can be taken off as well. But I think probably for the atmosphere, I quite like when the roof stays on, to be fair. Stays in there, all that noise being kept inside. Anyway, there's just personal taste. I mean,
well, it does enjoy... when I was doing work as a pitchside reporter at the Bernabeu, my life changed once they got a roof. Because there were a lot of times I was down there, if it was raining, I was getting wet. If it was cold, feeling the wind. But now, you don't get wet, you're not as cold. So in that sense, it's a bit of a blessing to have a roof.
Oh yeah, for the fans as well. So you know, rain or shine.
Yeah, you know, you're not going to get wet.
Yeah.
Soaked. Anywho.
So they've got a comfortable 2-goal cushion. Miami 7. Porcinos so far, let's say a little bit underwhelmed, but things can change. We saw for that previous game, Puni Sports had a 2-goal cushion on 2 occasions, but then they came roaring back. Furia, they were right back in it, and they deserved it. And that was a real. Been really impressed by Furia on round 1, day 1, should I say. Zeta, I really like Zeta.
Zeta were good, yeah.
Inside as well. So for those me really standing out, that's a standout ball.
I still feel, well, we still have a lot of teams to see tomorrow, but
yeah,
I want to see those other Brazilians. The Brazilians are definitely the sides to beat.
Yeah.
I think if anybody can stop them, it was almost a bit of a miracle that Porcinos stopped them in Mexico, but we'll see if anybody can stop them in their tracks this time. I do feel like Ultimate Monsters is one of these stronger teams outside of Brazil.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And as we said, we felt that they could have, if they wanted to, they could have kicked on. They wanted to go. I think they didn't really get out of sort of second, third gear, really, and that's positive for them, and it's a worrying for opposition as well. to see the way they performed. I just expect a little bit more of Porcinos, but you know, you've been following a lot closely, much more closely than myself. You sense maybe having lost a couple of players. It's a year on from their triumph in Mexico, the Monterrey Stadium.
Yeah, it was Mexico City for the whole of the tournament, and then the final 4 was played in Monterrey.
Yeah, because we will obviously always be in Paris, but we'll do some little ground hopping on the 14th of
There we
June.
go, perfect timing.
Yeah, Jim's at the Defense Arena for his performance live show in Italy. We had Mahmoud, who's a massive artist in Italy and really big in San Remo, which is an important music festival competition. So, you know, not quite maybe the internationally renowned, something like the Eurovision, but still, it's that kind of...
Don't get me started on Eurovision.
You're not a big fan?
Not at all.
Oh, why? Why not? Why not? The likes of ABBA have emerged from...
I mean, yeah, I think back in the day it was okay, and it was sort of fun seeing the whole ne point and, you know, at home with the voting system, but now it's just...
Fair enough.
People take it so seriously.
Oh, yeah. There's Eurovision parties, there's almost, you know, in Italy they have for San Remo like a sort of fantasy San Remo, like you have a fantasy football.
Oh, really?
Yeah, fantasy San Remo for your artists.
That is brilliant.
Yeah, anyway,
well, here's a
this
chance.
could be a chance.
Good tackle.
They've got a corner though.
Who's that getting across? That was Antonio Pellegrini.
Has he got shots on there? Couldn't see the president there watching in the stands.
Vale, otra igual.
No.
Oh, he skied it miles over. Adrian Frutos.
Yeah, it was a disappointing effort. Disappointing, and they'll know that. They don't, you know, these players of the kind of caliber, and they have the standards they set. They know they can do better. But it's something to build on. They need something like that right now, Porcinos. As we go towards the 16-minute mark, this final 2 minutes with the roll of the dice from DJ Mario. We saw him miss his penalty earlier, disappointing penalty. The presidents haven't been that great when it comes to presidential penalty. We saw in the previous game, no presidential penalty. They didn't activate it in time. And again, that's a reminder, you know, if you don't do it in time, then you lose that opportunity. It's not as if you can do it in this final 2 minutes, or you get given a nudge or a reminder, oh, don't forget. You've got to be smart, you've got to be switched on. So, approaching those final 2 minutes and the roll of the dice. We had a lot of sort of 2v2s, 1v1 with keepers.
We've not actually had high numbers, have we?
No. When it comes to those stages, which in some respects has been really good because you've got more space available, more chances for goals, as we saw in that one between the Argentinians. Kuni Sports, who they're technically
Argentinian, because Kun Agüero's there,
yes.
and they're going to go to the Kings League America, so their team, their squad will be completely different next
season.
But they've been playing in Spain, so the players.
So there's a bit of an asterisk and a question mark over that one. Against Peru, we know obviously 100% recipient, for want of a better word, playing in their Kings League. That was probably the game of the tournament so far.
Absolutely,
it was brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely,
it was brilliant. Although I did really like the comeback of GDC, the Galacticos
Del Caribe.
Del Caribe, exactly. I was waiting for you just to come in. I didn't want to say Del Caribe. And really butcher it. I didn't want to butcher just a fabulous...
Costa del Sol.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't want to butcher it and just ruin the fabulous language that it is, and a cool name as well.
It is a cool name.
The GDC as well, so I like that. So into now those final 30 seconds, there'll be a little break in play for these sides, chance to take on board some instruction, a little break in play for us, and we've been trying, of course, to keep those energy levels going, and as Miami look to finish on a high here with their energy levels, but naturally, like those players, we also start to feel it as we come to the end of this action.
Starting to look over at the dugout, see if anybody's coming on for you.
Yeah, exactly. Looking across to Astrid, to Adrian, and Maria and company to say, you know, a little bit of just give us maybe a little subsidy, a little nudge, a little words of encouragement, because we're coming towards the end of our...
A little energy drink. To be fair, you brought over some sweets, which gave a little boost.
I had a little... I'm going to bring them those little confectionery delights over the course of the next 2 weeks. Now, a little break in play for the roll of the dice from DJ Mario. A thumbs up from me. He's got to wait, though, I think.
He's got the JD dice. Ooh. Struggled a bit with this throw. And it's 2 again. A lot of 2s. See if we can hear now as we head over to the dugouts. Now Castro, manager of Porcinos, Danny Romo for Miami 7. Not sure if we're going to get the cameras in there. That previous game, the camera...
I tried to hold that. Oh, I love that.
It was beautiful.
In the Spanish-speaking world, I wanted to give it a go. I think I may have pulled it off, and he certainly pulled off the finish, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, you're always going to get chances to score in the 2v2. Nico Santos did just that, but of course they can score down the other end. But look, that's wasteful, and that means that now you're going to get another chance in a 2-on-2 to get a clear shot on goal, and suddenly, out of nowhere, without having done a great deal, could be heading into half-time at 2-2.
Yeah. They do this tactic here with having the outfield players on, taking the keeper off quickly. I like that. Really smart. Again, Nico Santos there in support. He's calling for it. See what's going to happen here. Well, that's what's going to happen. There he is. This very early on, he had those couple of opportunities. He didn't really take them. Didn't seem to believe, but that's much more belief. That's the conviction. That's the clinical, the cutting edge that he does bring. So often, really, but not at that initial stage of the match. But that's more like it from him. I mean, and it is 2-2.
It doesn't get much clearer than that, though, does it? In these 2v2s, you're generally going to get a chance where 9 times out of 10 these players are going to score. Is that going in? Just wide. Just wide from Nadir. What a turnaround that would have been. Again, it's what we say. I know we sound so incredibly repetitive and boring, but these things happen where games are completely one-sided, and suddenly, out of nowhere, look, there's an open goal, and it's going to be 3-2 Porcinos.
It must be. It is going to be. And it is the Corona de Oro, and I like this.
He blows the half-time whistle here.
I like this, though. I do like that. You know, you want to bring a little bit of something to the table like that, which he does. And I love the hairstyle, sporting those Porcinos colours, the dreadlocks there. Very Nelson Mandela-esque. Well, obviously without the bright colours, but the dreadlock style hair. And the great one, and that was the sort of long walk to the goal.
Good defending Nadir. Big celebrations from him. What a turnaround.
Yeah, and it just shows you can never say, oh, they're looking underwhelming, because, whoa,
they needed
nothing underwhelming. Nothing underwhelming about that finish. It's that man again, his second. I don't think that's captain, fantastic for Miami. It's 3-3 again. But as you were saying, these final 2 minutes, that's when things can just explode again, just reignite, and it's 3-3 at the break, and I'm really curious to hear. And what's been said by the Miami Vice. There we go, I got it in there. Miami 7 and the Porcinos coaches respectively.
Va, callaros. Va, callaros, sentaros y descansar. Callaros, sentaros y descansar. A la segunda parte, olvídate. Escucharme.
This foul is late. No advantage, so he's going to have to take it back. I mean, it wasn't that major, just Porcinos player got there a second before the Miami 7 defender. You see it. It's Aitor Vives with the challenge.
Santos put his name on the score sheet amongst the scorers. He's clipped there, and he's just taking his time. He felt that one. A bit of sportsmanship. We've seen plenty of that over the course of this, well, this first afternoon, evening, and night, because we're now heading to almost 11 p.m. We got going at 3 p.m. with one of the host teams, F. Désert, getting off to a winning start against Marash.
Pretty much it.
You may?
Oh, quite amusing that instead of a stretcher, they have the wheelchair here.
Yeah.
So they bring it on, and sometimes the players are like, no, I don't want to be wheeled on.
No,
It's a bit too much.
I'll walk off. I'll get
exactly. Oh, VAR check for that. What do they?
Okay. Hey. Come on.
For me,
oh, no, that's nasty. This could be a red.
It's
It's
dangerous.
going to be a red. It's got to be a red.
Calma. Ya estoy aquí enfrente. ¿ok?
Right, saying
Sí,
it's a red
allá había
card.
el punto de contacto, ok. Dame permiso tantito, William, dame permiso. Sí,
Going
ok.
on pitch side.
Bien, déjala correr. No juega el balón, ok. Gracias.
Yeah, gracias. This is not going to be the outcome they were hoping for in Miami. Red card, Aitor Vives.
No.
5 minutes.
No, ya la viste, gracias.
And he won't return.
And he won't be able to return to the fray. Listen, you can see why now.
Hey,
Nico Santos stayed down for so long. I mean, we didn't get that view. And Aitor Vives, having scored 2, he's gone from, I don't want to say hero to 0, but he's initially grabbing all the points for the right reasons, this time for the wrong reasons, complicates matters.
Yeah.
And will that could be a big sliding doors moment.
I think it was unfortunate because he's not looking to hurt the player. He's just a little bit late to the challenge. So the other player, they're both going for the same ball. Other player gets in 1 second ahead. Unfortunately for him, he goes in through the back of the leg. He goes into the heel. It's dangerous. It could injure the player, and that's what the referee says. Look, dangerous play. I'm going to have to show you the red card.
Yeah. So.
And it's big players. It's a wild card in this Miami 7 team.
Absolutely, and who knows, maybe Matt Briones, obviously the keeper for Miami, could be called into action. Sure enough, curiously, he was actually a champion, if I'm not mistaken, with Porcinos in Mexico, so he finds himself against his former club, his old club, his former teammates, could be called into action very shortly.
Well, let's see what this card is, because there's 5 players, with 5 minutes with 6 players on the pitch, and this card could sort of stick that dagger in a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
Oh no, the card's been played by Miami.
Que se lo den, Porcinos, que se den, que te lo den.
La arma después, calma. No puede estar ahí, ¿eh? No puede estar ahí el jugador. No puede estar ahí el jugador. No puede estar, está el jugador, está ahí todo el jugador expulsado, está todavía en la banca, ¿eh? Allá está en la banca.
Just waiting for Aitor Vives
no puede estar aquí.
Leave the bench as he's been sent off. That's what the manager there, Lenny Romo, saying. Just give them the title. He was a little bit bitter about the decision. There have been times, that a lot of the presidents have been critical of the fact that Porcinos' president is Ibai, who's somebody who runs the competition. Obviously, that's how things work when you're in football, when things don't go your way, you don't win, you end up looking for conspiracy theories, and yeah, they've sort of had to live with that a little bit.
Understood. Have a little bit of information for those obviously fairly new or getting grips to Kings League for the first time. Of course, a refresher for those who have been following it since its inception.
Oh no! What happened there? They're saying it's a handball. It's something out of the ordinary must have happened for him not to score. Well, they're taking the corner quickly, so clearly not. How this game has changed. Porcinos in the driving seat. They're the ones on the ball. They're the ones knocking it around. Honestly, if the first half would have gone on, there was absolutely no way. With 7 against 7, with nothing else happening, no like sort of exterior factors. Never in a million years would I have thought that Porcinos could have got back into this game.
Just the unpredictable nature of the Kings League.
Oh, what are we checking now? Oh no, we're coming across with the card.
Secret card time.
Una mano de posición.
Es increíble, tío. Es increíble.
Gracias.
Es increíble, de verdad.
Gracias.
Es increíble.
Gracias,
es
profesor.
increíble. Es increíble.
Nico, el número 7.
Suspension, number 7. Thank you.
Right, so that means that it will be 6 against 6 for a couple of minutes. Who have they taken out of the game? Is it Nico Santos, I think? Nico Santos confirmed as the player to come out for a couple of minutes. So they'll then have 1.5 minutes of a 6 against 7, but at least they've sort of managed to get through that period a little bit unscathed now.
Absolutely.
Slowing down the tempo of the game. Driving run. So still Porcinos who are continuing to attack in this 6v6. Defending with everything they've got. I think that was offside, so a bit of a chance for them to breathe as they've really been under the cosh.
They needed that right now, Miami. They really did. Just saying, the unpredictable nature of the Kings League just seems to just ebb and flow every single game. Here we go. There you have it. There you have it. Now they lead Porcinos.
Muy bien jugado esto.
Empezamos a pillar sensaciones de Narcis Barrera.
There's a comfortable finish in the end. And that's the aura that sometimes the big teams have, the champions of competitions, that when they're struggling, when things aren't going their way, they somehow find a way to pluck a result. But I've said it before kickoff, and I'll say it again, Tom. I just don't think they've got what it takes to take the title here.
This, though, another little twist in the plot, though.
Lo
can see here, Bruno.
Pues sí, hay temeridad en la acción.
Nadir's going to come off for a couple of minutes.
Hay temeridad.
Almost more players leaving the pitch than are left on there.
So Item is obviously red carded. Santos currently off, obviously the player that's chosen to be taken off, suspended. And now Nadir Lua coming off. So will this be a chance maybe though for Porcinos to look to that presidential penalty, maybe a secret card, just to continue to protect this 4-3 lead that they have, which is at danger right now, really is at threat.
So we still have one card yet to be played by Porcinos. The 2 presidential penalties. Let's see if they are employed this time. Obviously, Jake Paul isn't here at the venue, so it would be a shootout for Miami 7 as almost played through on goal there. It was Adri Giedor who was coming, and Joshua, what a save that was by Vacas. Got a good angle of that from here.
Springing off his line there. He may be caught into action again, though. Oh, and he is caught into action again.
Very alert.
Oh, responding present time and time again. Really fabulous work from him. Not once, but twice. Caught into action.
And he's flexible as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
He really sort of stick out that left leg.
Look at that. Oof, good work. Really good work. Now the
Two players have gone down. Fish going to have to make a decision.
Had a long look at that one.
Okay,
I think
gracias.
his head, yeah, that's why the referees decided to stop this one. Lutos.
Estamos en fuera del juego, había fuera del juego aquí, aparte. ¿Qué esencia?
Yeah, trying to check. I think it was a double as well.
Yeah.
Double whammy.
Bien.
First it was the left, then the right. The danger of the wheelchair, you can see it coming in around the corner.
Déjalo jugar. Camina.
That'll get anyone back up on their feet.
Absolutely. This is the thought of just being wheeled out like that. Like some OAP.
Very unglamorous.
All for the sort of doubts of Porcinos. They are leading here. They do lead at 4-3. Of course, they will have that pride of wanting to defend their crown, or at least give a real good account of themselves in defending their crown. They're not going to go down, of course, without a fight here.
Looked offside from Josu. Either way, Bagas replies.
20 seconds, and we're going to have Nadir back in the frame. We're going to be back to 7v7 as we then go into the final 15 minutes, if that's correct. 10 minutes or so before we start thinking, getting close to those final 2 minutes. Still got those presidential penalties. A secret card, of course, for Porcinos. Here he is.
Oh, almost.
Mr. Nico Santos was on the receiving end of that horrible challenge, which is why after Avis was sent off. And of course, it would mean you actually miss a game as well.
As well, yeah. No, it's a big punishment.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be his final act of the week in Paris.
Absolutely. Should say exactly Miami lose this one and then the next one, then it could be just short and not so sweet.
And it's a big one because, as we said, it's the wild card. One of those players who really brings in quality to the Miami 7 team and experience and know-how in the Kings League, and they're going to be missing him from the next fixture.
Captain as well. So, here we have it. It's been called, it's been locked in.
Oh, Vacas getting himself into a little bit of trouble there. Let's see what this card is then for Porcinos.
Kings.
Gracias.
Shootout. María muy justa, ¿no? Digo.
Tiro shootout.
María que me sale.
So shootout it is. It's the powerful card that they've drawn. Chances there to extend the lead.
Shoot. Ayman.
Be Gil Vidal.
As we've said, you know, more often than not, it's been the keepers coming out on top, having the advantage.
Dentro del área todos, por favor.
See whether
Dentro del área todos.
number 9, Gil Vidal, not to be confused with Arturo Vidal, of course. and extend the lead there for Porcinos. Here we go.
Oh, that's a glorious finish from Gil Vidal, and he took his time right until there was 1 second left on the clock. What a curling effort from him, 5-3.
There was a little moment there where I thought, oh, is that just going to be going out wide? Is it hit the post? But no, struck it so sweetly, as we can see here on that replay. Oh, the catch nestles nicely there into the back of the net, ripples the net. They took their chance right on the shootout. Have that 2-goal cushion. Extend it even further. Side, which, as we're saying, you know, doesn't want to just be give that title as, you know, the previous winners. They want to, you know, they want to be much more than that. They want to try and defend their crown. They want to give a good account of themselves. They want to, actually, the objective, you're here to win. You're here to win. Go all the way again. this Porcinos side, which again, first half we said about Miami looked so in control, but look at this. Now it's Porcino running riot here.
No falta, no falta. Hey, no fault.
Turned the wrong way there. Good defensive work from Frutos.
Really good defense. Still have those presidential penalties. I want to see them. I want to see them taken well, which we haven't seen. It's been quite a rarity. A collector's item, does the actually?
Exactly.
President
if you've
penalty.
got a good president,
Yeah.
it makes a whole world of
It
difference.
does. I mean, a real rare, a collector's item. See those converted and taken well. Finishing around nicely. They're now playing real swagger. Porcino. When you have, of course, the Corona in your team, of course, you're always going to have a chance. As we now go to that 30-minute mark, approaching those final 10 minutes, final 8 minutes of normal time, and then we'll go into those final 2 minutes when, as things stand, as it looks like it's going to be, the goals will be worth double, unless, of course, Miami can battle back, go into that stage, level, and have that first golden goal of this edition of the tournament of the Kings World Cup clubs. And I remember having a golden goal actually at the Kings World Cup Nations, a winner for Uzbekistan really late on. Yeah. It was an exciting one. See Uzbekistan. Shomurodov playing for Roma. Yeah. Uzbekistan. Yeah. He was obviously playing, but he gave a speech ahead of one of the matches. He was involved in some way for Uzbekistan.
Well, they've got a player at Manchester City as well, don't they? That new defender. He's from
That's
Uzbekistan
right. Yeah,
as well.
that's right. Yeah. That's right.
They're starting to grow, aren't they? Oh, this is a
Here we go.
chance. Oh,
I'm surprised. I'm surprised.
Yeah. I mean, he had a lot of time, probably too many options available to him.
Exactly. It's one of those situations. Sometimes you kind of want to be forced.
You do, yeah, you
so
do.
You don't have to think about it. Sometimes I'm saying, you want to think, right, okay, I've got the pressure. I've just got to hit it now, as opposed to think, oh, can I take a touch? Can I bring it into my stride? What should I do?
You can really hear Ibai screaming. He's in the box. Obviously, the boxes here are open, so you can hear him from where we are. Screaming at his players, encouragement to try and get them over the finish line.
They scored that 3-goal lead going into the closing stages of the match. Maybe you just sense that maybe that would have been it, but Miami are still in this game. They only trail by 2. Early on they started so brightly. They've got to rediscover that early verve, haven't they, Bruno?
Yeah,
we
but
saw
no,
at the very start of the match. Yeah, it has fizzled out since. I think that sending off as well.
The sending off was a big blow for them.
Losing your captain as
well. It was
well.
already coming before that, but the sending off is just almost kind of like the final nail in the coffin for them in terms of their self-belief in this game. But look, they're not far away, and if Porcinos have been capable of turning around a game in which they looked like they were miles away from Miami semi, why can't they also do the same?
Oh, absolutely. How many times have we said things and just suddenly been proved wrong, and the situation has completely changed. It's not going to change it with shots like that, unfortunately. For Miami 7, they need to keep those shots down. They need to hit the target. Now is the time for someone in the light blue of the Miami 7 squad, the team, to really try and step up to the form, get a goal back, set up a nervy finale, of course, for Porcinos, and give them a real boost as we go again into this dying image of this. What an action-packed day. I mean, so many standout moments, some really good performances, and really fabulous individual performances as well. And of course, we'll all try and have a bit of a recap at the end of this game. Bruno, just looking back, a reminder, a refresher for everybody. Obviously includes, there's been so many goals, so many fixtures, and the action, the brilliant thing, it just keeps on coming. Tomorrow we have another 4 games, and from tomorrow actually it's going to be 4 games all the way through till we get, of course, to the latter stages when we get fewer and fewer, and the teams will get fewer and fewer. But going to 4, and tomorrow we'll be seeing each other.
Has it gone in? It's gone in. Own goal.
I am shocked there. I am absolutely shocked.
Wow.
Absolutely shocked.
Wow.
Wow. Absolutely shocked. Apologetically, Jad Vakas, he knows that could be costly. It gives Miami 7 up. Listen, I've got no, because I was just looking at the replay at the top left before, and the action just kept on coming, just at the bottom of our picture there.
Well, you know,
my.
all the traditionalists will say that's modern football and Guardiola, and he's making keepers play the ball out from the back, and that can happen.
And look at this, they are buoyed now. They are buoyed. They are buoyed as they come forward.
They needed an invitation back into the game, and it's been given to them. Unfortunately for Porcinos, it's been handed to them by themselves and their own shooting themselves in the foot. Almost, yeah, pretty much, quite close.
Very nice. Now listen, it's one of those things, isn't it? We just said, this didn't seem to be finding any rhythm again. Look at this. They are back to life. They are back from the footballing dead. They've got plenty of time.
It's moments like this, again, when you look back on, you obviously can't convert every chance you have, but it's when you go back to that chance that Belaf had through on goal, and he just skied it over the crossbar, and sometimes think, is that a finish from a player who's a little bit too laid back because they've got a healthy advantage, and would it be different if it was a bit more needed? Well, he'll probably be looking back and thinking, oh, I should have really buried that.
I mean, bury a goal and make it 5-5. Still,
again, they can't play it out from the back.
Yeah, they're still in the driving seat. They're still leading. I think at one stage they would have gladly taken this situation, leading 5-4 going into the final. Well, now less than 4 minutes to go. Of course, they have the players out there to actually go and get a sixth goal themselves. There's no reason why not. Good at putting the pressure there. They do bring a lot of energy to the table. Porcinos. But again, they really gifted Miami a goal, gifted them a way back into the match at a lifeline, which I don't think Miami themselves expected.
Not at all, no.
It was manna dal cielo, as the Italians would say. Nice line there. Just to keep things going.
Good run.
Over, really good.
Good run.
Here he goes, Wanan.
He showed a bit of the ball there, as it just stopped to think about what he was going to do, and that was enough for Gilles Vidal to get back.
Yeah, and it also just goes to show, you know, for a simple back pass, one continues to talk about something else, and it just shows you just can't always just take your eyes off this match and off the contest, off the Kings League in general. That back pass just going in, you just wanted the earth and the pitches to swallow him up there.
Yeah, it was an ostrich for him, wasn't it?
It really was one of those real moments you just want to just wriggle away, move away from it all. Now into this final minute of the normal time before going to this final 2 minutes. As things stand, we're going to have goals worth double. Unless Miami...
Oh, that's well played out from the back.
Get an equaliser.
Waiting for the troops to arrive. Nico Santos.
And again. There he is. Header with that ball across. Oh!
The moment he controlled that ball, he looked up to see where Vacas was. Saw he was a long way off his line.
I think that was the right option because you looked at the time pretty much ticking down.
Yeah.
There was an opportunity. He thought he'd try and grasp it. I don't blame him. And with that, though, it's Porcinos who continue just to be in the better position. Unless, oh, well, there you go. There's a foul in the build-up, and then the clock will tick down, and Porcinos will be very smart with the ball now. They're not going to give it away. They're not going to allow Miami another opportunity here. So a quick turnaround, quick little break as we try and hear and see if we can catch any kind of glimpse of what's going on, the activity on the touchline, and then we'll go for the final 2 minutes of the final game on the day one of the Kings World Cup Clubs.
Está muy bien, Gerard, sigue. No, perdón, no pidas perdón. No se pide perdón aquí. Hay que seguir haciendo lo mismo, ¡eh! Hay que seguir haciendo lo mismo. Frutos, entras por Estelios. Gis, te quedas atrás.
A jugar, se queda Zayan. Escuchadme una cosa. Escuchadme. No puedo. Estamos muy desordenados, hijo. Vale. Vamos a morir por Dios. Escuchadme, Pele.
Oh, final encouraging words from both managers. Is there still another twist in this tale? And, well, when you say expect the unexpected, who could have thought that the simplest of back passes would have rolled under the foot of Gerard Vacas, would have allowed Miami 7 to be within touching distance for these last couple of minutes?
Oh, absolutely. They get the goal, they take the lead and make it 6-4. Then again, you know, twice the process, they get that goal, they go to 7-4, and then you'd say that could be it.
And I think Porcinos are winning this game on the back of the last 2 minutes of the first half, where they made the most of the 2-on-2.
Yep.
That's really the decisive factor in this game right now.
Reminder, MVP, vote via Twitch, vote via YouTube, and Juanan is up there. I thought, despite his red card, is still a candidate, and that shows that the blistering start that he had to the match. Santos, definite candidate, and of course the number 9 for Porcinos, Gil Vidal, a candidate, but we'll see whether there are any changes.
Oh, they've lost it again, playing it out from the back. And they need to try and convert on one of these counters.
Here he is, Benassi missed a sitter earlier, but a good opportunity.
It was definitely more than half a chance.
Yes, absolutely. On that occasion, sends it wide into the final minute before added time. Miami need to get forward, need to push up. Just turn of pace and inside, looking to turn on the turbo. Here we go. Juanan, candidates for the MVP.
Still feel like they're going to have a chance here. Very good defending from Nico Santos.
Really good. Final 10 seconds of normal time. Here we go. Can they get the shot away? Answer is yes, but it's blocked. Now the 40 minutes are almost up. It's the dying embers.
Let's see how much more.
Added time, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Here we go. It's now really
push in the back.
Now or never for Miami. It really is now or never, do or die.
I feel like they're going to have it. They're going to have a shot on target. They're going to have an attempt in these 2 minutes.
Here we go.
That's the first shot. Oh,
well, it was Juanan. Had it gone in, yeah, he would have been surely man of the match. Would have been worthy to take the MVP prize. That was a brilliant strike.
That was going right into the corner.
Oh, that was just pure class. Fabulous strike.
The long ball.
Really good save as well.
Best option as it allows Porcinos to win it back. Vacas, though, forced into that slice clearance.
Oh, it's a nervy finale for Porcinos.
Oh, they're looking for Joss, who's the tallest player out there on the park. That will drop to
here we go.
Gil Vidal to put the game to bed. No.
Good keeping, made himself big, to be fair, but honest, and wasting no time in rolling out. We're into that final minute, less than a minute. Miami 7, can they get the shot away? Just get a shot away. It can go anywhere. We've seen that over the course of this first day, over this afternoon, evening and night, and the referee awards in favour of Porcinos, and that
was a big free kick.
That's a big call. That's a very big call. Miami are unhappy about it, but it's gone the way. You can't complain about that. It's been made, the decision. With that, that put the tie definitively in favour of Porcinos here. All eyes now also on the referee. The clock continues to tick down. You expect Porcinos, their experience, their know-how, their nous just to be very smart about this, not make any foolish mistakes here.
Vacas has given it straight back. We'll get a bit more over the 2 minutes as there was a slight stoppage, but
that could be
maybe time for one last attack. And
stay down, Vidal.
Well, he's going to have to get back up on his feet because the referee's allowing play to continue. Look, he is back up on his feet, Gil Vidal.
Yeah, when he realised. Almost there. We're almost there, Bruno. All eyes on the referee.
That's gone off. Oh, he's not giving it. Jostle! Jostle! Well, that would have been controversial because that ball, we were in line with the sideline, went out of play. The referee allowed it to continue.
It would have been checked.
And there it is. Porcinos, the defending champions, doing just about enough, Tom, to squeeze a first win in their first game. And it's the final fixture in this, well, I was going to say mouth-watering. It was mouth-watering before, and it's just been a tremendous opening day, as expected at the Kings.
A marathon of matches. A real action-packed day, full of emotions. Porcinos, as you said, just doing enough, getting over. They had to hang on at the end. They were hanging on, but they cap off this day, the defending champions, by winning a 5-4. They will march on and go on into the winners' pool for their second match. Miami at one stage just looked to be really, I wouldn't say romping to the victory, but they were on course. Vidal, your MVP after his performance for Porcinos, their number 9. Thanks to you at home voting via Twitch, via YouTube. So a winning start then for Porcinos, and we'll hopefully get to hear briefly from Vidal his thoughts on that performance for his team, getting the better of Miami 7. It really was a